Well, one of the increasingly scary problems in this new age of artificial intelligence is knowing what is real or not. On the bright side though, at least we all now know how United States Vice President Kamala Harris feels, because she's been struggling with reality for some time now.
About the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time in terms of what we need to do to lay these wires, what we need to do to create these jobs. And there is such great significance to the passage of time.
I think it's very important, as you have heard from so many incredible leaders, for us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present, and to be able to contextualize it, to understand where we exist in the history and in the moment as it relates not only to the past but the future.
But while poor old Kamala is grappling with the present, the future is coming at us faster than we would like it to, as Morgan Freeman explains.
What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real?
Oh, did I say that was Morgan Freeman? Actually,
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real. Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me?
This type of artificial intelligence is called deep fake, representations of people generated entirely by computers using real samples. So far, it hasn't been able to produce an artificially intelligent Kamala Harris, but I'm sure the finest brains in the business are working on it. Meanwhile, the real Harris has been placed in charge of overseeing the development in artificial intelligence in the United States. The White House said in a statement this week, quote, "AI is one of the most powerful technologies of our time, but in order to seize the opportunities it presents, we must first mitigate its risks." Which is why the White House is putting Harris, who has a disapproval rating of a massive 62%, on the case. Harris has a budget of $140 million to establish AI research institutes and met yesterday with people from leading AI companies to remind them that they need to develop their software responsibly and ethically. So, to discuss the technology that is so sophisticated it is on the verge of replicating the human mind, Joe Biden is sending Harris, who makes Forrest Gump look like Albert Einstein. Is this some sort of a joke, Joe?
I really mean it, not a joke.
It's not a joke. Not a joke.
Not a joke, but I'm not joking when I say this.
Sure you're not, Joe. Speaking of jokes, I asked ChatGPT to tell me a few jokes today, and all it could come up with were a few lame puns. I was relieved, but I got to say I wasn't entirely surprised either. For a computer to actually write a joke or compose genuinely original music or paint great art, it needs to be informed by more than simply what has been written or created in the past. It needs a level of insight, imagination and creativity that machines are simply incapable of acquiring. Or at least I hope they can't.